نبرد آغاز شده است، سالها ظلم و ترس، یه پیام از پادشاه آیندمون، پایان حکومت اسلامی نزدیک است. برای آزادی خود بجنگید، شجاعت شما پاداش خواهد گرفت. قدرت مردم آزادی دوباره برقرار خواهد شد. سابق خود بازگردی، تخت پادشاهی وارث واقعی ایران. رضا پهلوی امید و آرامش می آورد، آری از ترس و نامیدی. سقوط انقلاب اسلامی، پرچمان برداشته شده و پاره شده است. برخاستن از خاکستر، بازگشت شیر و خورشید. ملت بزرگ ایران بازگشت به شکوه سابقان. آزادی برای مردم ایران، فصل جدیدی از داستان آنه ها. تاریخ غنی سنت، ادیان باستانی تنمور. هنر، فرهنگ و علم، رفع محدودیت برای جامعه. در سراسر کشور گسترش می‌یابد، همراه با همسایگانشان. ثبات در منطقه با شجاعت و کارشان. نبرد برای استقلال، سقوط رژیم نزدیک است. میلیون ها نفر جان خود را به خطر می‌اندازند، همچنان که به سوی تهران راه پیمایی می‌کنند. رژیم سقوط خواهد کرد، اهتزاز پرچم شیر و خورشید. صلح و آزادی برای همه، پادشاه به زودی باز خواهد گشت. ایران دوباره قیام خواهد کرد، رضا پهلوی رهبر واقعی ماست. آزادی در دوران حکومت او باز می‌گردد. ملت بزرگ ایران بازگشت به شکوه سابقان. آزادی برای مردم ایران، فصل جدیدی از داستان آنه ها. تاریخ غنی سنت، ادیان باستانی تننور. هنر، فرهنگ و علم، رفع محدودیت برای جامعه. نبرد آغاز شده است، سالها ظلم و ترس. یه پیام از پادشاه آیندمون، پایان حکومت اسلامی نزدیک است. برای آزادی خود بجنگید، شجاعت شما پاداش خواهد گرفت. قدرت مردم آزادی دوباره برقرار خواهد شد. به شکوه سابق خود بازگردید، تخت پادشاهی وارث واقعی ایران. رضا پهلوی امید و آرامش می آورد، آری از ترس و نامیدی. سقوط انقلاب اسلامی، پرچمان برداشته شده و پاره شده است. برخاستن از خاکستر، بازگشت شیر و خورشید. ملت بزرگ ایران بازگشت به شکوه سابقان. آزادی برای مردم ایران، فصل جدیدی از داستان آنه ها. تاریخ غنی سنت، ادیان باستانی تننور. هنر، فرهنگ و علم، رفع محدودیت برای جامعه. صلح در سراسر کشور گسترش می‌یابد، همراه با همسایگانشان. ثبات در منطقه با شجاعت و کارشان، نبرد برای استقلال. سقوط رژیم نزدیک است، میلیون ها نفر جان خود را به خطر می اندازند، همچنان که به سوی تهران را پیمایی می کنند. مرگ بر دیکتاتور، رژیم سقوط خواهد کرد، اهتزاز پرچم شیر و خورشید، صلح آزادی برای همه.
پادشاه به زودی باز خواهد گشت، ایران دوباره قیام خواهد کرد. رضا پهلوی رهبر واقعی ماست، آزادی در دوران حکومت او باز می‌گردد. ملت بزرگ ایران، بازگشت به شکوه سابقان، آزادی برای مردم ایران، فصل جدیدی از داستان آنها. تاریخ غنی سنت، ادیان باستانی، تنوع هنر، فرهنگ و علم، رفع محدودیت برای جامعه.
The battle has begun. Years of cruelty and fear, a message from our future king. The end of the Islamic regime is near. Fight for your freedom, your courage will be rewarded. The power of the people, freedom will be restored. Back to your former glory, the throne of the real heir of Iran. Reza Pahlavi brings hope and peace, free of fear and despair. The fall of the Islamic revolution, its flag is removed and torn. Rising from the ashes, the return of the lion and the sun. The great nation of Iran, back to its former glory. Freedom for the Iranian people, a new chapter in their story. A rich history of tradition, ancient religions of diversity, arts, culture and science. Removal of restrictions for the community. Across the country, together with their neighbors. Stability in the region with their courage and their work. Battle for independence, the fall of the regime is close. Millions risk their lives as they march towards Tehran. Death to the dictator, the regime will fall. Waving the flag of the lion and the sun. Peace and freedom for all, the king will soon return. Iran will rise again. Reza Pahlavi is a real leader. Freedom returns during his reign. The great nation
And hello to everyone. Yes, I wrote that song, the lyrics, and it is dedicated to the Iranian people. I did publish it on SoundCloud, so it's free for everyone. And if you would like to use it, you have my absolute permission. I wish there was a way I could do something to turn this around and create revenue for Iran, for the people, when the time is right, that it goes to the right people. Because we know how that goes. We know how that goes. I should have my flag soon. Should be here Tuesday. And it's going right there for now. I bought a 2x3. Anyway, welcome back to those that were here earlier. Now I got to show you something. Our friend Sepp on YouTube chat, the crafter. Oh, he's crafty, all right. And I am honored and flattered that he did this on X. He sent it to me. What's up, Bob? And what's up, P2? And I was like, he put it together quick. And I 100% approve this message. My volume's kind of low. I was just blasting the music and kind of singing. I don't like to be heard when I'm singing. You know what I mean? I write the songs and it's like, I get into it. It'd be a different thing if I was trying to sing in Persian. Then you're talking. Excuse me. Dario, you like the Persian version? It's the same as well, kind of, because the translation gets sometimes a little off. But the English version is the lyrics translated to Persian, if that makes sense. I just used different music, so it didn't sound the same. So, where did I down? Okay, I gotta find it. He's, I guess, involved in media and journalism. I did get a message from Commander Cobra. He's just too busy tonight, but he did send me some messages. I'm just gonna read to you what he wrote, and a lot of this is already stuff we discussed. This is a United States veteran Air Force pilot, also Coast Guard, dear friend of mine. He's still involved in some way. Soft word is Israel needed time to prepare for backlash after strike, and our forces can't use Qatar. That's why we saw all that withdrawal. I don't know if I should read all this. Lincoln Group full speed west to get to strike range. I think the issues are hitting the right targets and ending the mullah thugs' control. The IRGC Revolutionary Guard, the problem. They need to be stopped. Rumors Iran uses dirty bombs on retaliation strikes. That's the rumor, that they would do that. The Iranian government is going after itself. Internal fights, possible overthrow. Some talk that IRG has arrested members of government. This is coming from a friend of mine who's in the know. I'll read it again. And at some point I'll have him come on, but you know, he's known as Commander Cobra, simple. And I'll read it again. Soft word is Israel needed time to prepare for backlash after strike, and our forces can't use Qatar. That's the soft word. Lincoln Group full speed west to get to strike range. I think the issues are hitting the right targets and ending the mullah thugs' control. The IRGC Revolutionary Guard, the problem. They need to be stopped. Rumors Iran uses dirty bombs on retaliation strikes. I mentioned that a couple days ago. That they're willing to use dirty bombs if they retaliate. Forget about a nuke. They could use a dirty bomb. That would be, oh my God. The Iranian government is going after itself. Internal fights, possible overthrow. See, this is shit I didn't know it was that crazy in there. I knew about the former president and his foreign minister, I think it was, are on house arrest. Some talk that IRG has arrested members of government. That's what he wrote me. Wow. Not only did we withdraw from Qatar, they told us we can't use it. That's what he's saying. They might have told us to get out. And we're just not seeing that in the media. Holy shit. Anyway, that belonged in a movie. My song, the Persian version. You like the Persian version? Like I said, I made it free so people could download it and use it as they will. It's not about me. That song I wrote for the people of Iran. Yes, I was inspired when I wrote it, obviously. But it is on my platforms too, because I uploaded it. But I want people to pay for it, because there's some sites like iTunes. So I made it free for everyone on SoundCloud. Look up Night Sky, and you'll find them. The Persian version. There could be other couple of songs I've written there. Not many. But it wasn't about that. It was about getting these for free so people could get access to it. All right, let me keep reading. D says, and welcome back, D, and everybody there, Soriano, and hello to Chase Candles. Deep, welcome back. All right, so the airspace has not been closed for some time now, and the pizza has been sitting right now. Nothing's going to happen anytime soon. It's going to take a few days before the carrier gets there. Tusi's right. I said that earlier, and then Tusi said it. I was like, and speaking of Tusi, if you have not seen, because he had it on earlier, and I am not going to share it, you can go to Tusi, and he showed it. The commander's daughter, that when she called in, oh my God, I was almost like Tusi crying when you heard her and you seen the interpretation. Oh my God. And that shit was as real as it gets. What's the site? Is everybody knows Manoto? It's a TV outlet or a news outlet, and it's located in the UK. At least that's what Tusi mentioned. Oh my gosh, you got to go back and see his latest stream. And even, just if you don't watch the whole thing, watch that clip. Oh my God. She's the daughter of a commander. I don't even know if she's okay now. Did you see that, Chase? Oh, the carrier's a few days away. I would say at 3 minimum. But my friend said it's moving west, full speed. But what he told me, and this is what he can tell me in a public way, I can only imagine what he really knows. He said this: I think the issues are hitting the right targets and ending the mullah thugs' control. The IRG Revolutionary Guard is the problem. They need to be stopped. Rumor Iran uses dirty bomb on retaliation strikes. He said that's the rumor going on, I guess, on the inside talk, that they would fucking use a dirty bomb on a retaliation strike. Maybe that's why Israel said, hold up, hold up, hold up. We're not ready. Could you imagine? The Iranian government is going after itself. Internal fights, possible overthrow. Some talk that IRG has arrested members of government. Well, we know that. We were talking about that earlier. A little bit. Not much. So that was the message I got. Don't Chase is live. What's that, Bob? So it's not a nuclear bomb, but it's the enriched uranium. It's just as bad. It spreads radiation everywhere. It will do just as much damage because it will become unlivable, and it will kill and harm many people. It's just as bad. Not as bad. No, I can't say just as bad. It's bad. A dirty fucking bomb is bad. Yes, Commander Daughter said mad defections. How far is the carrier from Iran? You guys mentioned that. I saw it. It was distressing. Manoto? Is that it? Manoto? I don't know if I want to show it. I should. I should look it up. It might be on X. But I don't want to. I'm not trying to steal somebody else's thunder. That's why I say go watch it on Tusi. You know what I mean? Check marine traffic. I think they need the carrier for backup. They definitely. We were talking about this yesterday and this morning. They need that carrier. So Sunday and Monday, I think. I agree. At the earliest, if they're waiting for the carrier, Matthew, I agree. Monday's a holiday. It's Martin Luther King Day. Center the carrier off the coast of Japan last night, as the carrier should be in the Indian Ocean by now. That's not the information that I'm getting from people that I know. So, I mean, Kevin, honestly, it's hard to tell. We can guess routes and currents and estimate between 4 to 7 days. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a wee bit sooner. My friend said, this is what my friend said. And he's involved, in a way. Lincoln Group full speed west to get to strike range. That's all he said. He didn't say. What is, I mean, does anybody have a guesstimate? 30 knots top speed? Like, what is their top speed for a carrier? You think it's 40? That's too, I think that's a bit fast, but I would not, I'm not saying. What do you think? 30 knots? How would it take, how long do you think it would take? About 4 or 5 days? At top speed? Let's see. Monkey Works put out a good 36-minute video today on yesterday's events and future outlook. I'm actually subscribed to Monkey Works. So then next weekend, it could happen next weekend. It may not happen this weekend. And I don't know who else. Somebody else mentioned that. It doesn't have to be. It's like everybody's rushing for it to happen, and I get it because of the dire situation in Iran. But right now, it's martial law. So, in a stupid or ironic way, there are some people still out there. But I think a lot of people in a holding pattern, which is good because they're not going to put their lives at risk because they're going to shoot them and potentially kill them. I think it's a good idea to stay in right now. It also buys us a little time. Why I say that, because as time goes by, if they're protesting in the hundreds of thousands and getting killed, we're not ready. So, I don't know what the AI says. I'm not a big fan of AI except for when I'm writing my music of my songs. Then it's quite useful. Because I write my own lyrics and I use the AI to help me create the music. I'm not going to lie. That's the one thing. Let's see. Yes, that's what he said. That's what my friend said. They can't use Qatar. He said, soft word is Israel needed time to prepare for backlash after strike, and our forces can't use Qatar. And this is a guy in the know. I'll just keep it at that. Because somebody gave me the idea today to contact him. They know who he is too. I said, shit, I should have. And he's going to keep me in the loop. So I'll get him on it at some point, but he's working crazy hours and he's getting ready to he's traveling to another location for work. And sometimes he has to go overseas for work. I'll just leave it at that. Bob makes the point, 30 knots is 35 miles per hour. Someone said 400 miles per day. Oh, 30. Let's say 25 knots. Say like 30 miles per hour. That would be 310. Right? That's definitely. I mean, if you think of it that way, if it's constantly moving, it's freaking nuclear powered. Is that what somebody said? 400 miles per day? So that might be less. 400. What's 12 into 400? Hell no. That's bullshit. It ain't moving that slow. No way. It's definitely more than 400 a mile. I mean, miles a day. If you do the math, 24-hour cycle. If it was doing 20 miles per hour, it would still be over 400. You think that's only moving at 20? And like Bob said, it depends on the sea condition, the rough seas. I think it's moving at a lot faster than 20 miles per hour. But then again, when you turn it from knots to miles per hour, I would say more close to 25 miles per hour if I had to guess. Maybe somebody, because we don't want to give out that kind of information. Don't, you know, I'm just guessing. It was someone in the earlier chat. I didn't see it. I was so pissed off about what we were watching. But our friend, Sepp, created this. That's what I was going to do. And I'm honored and humbled that he did this. And I 100%, you know how those, what do those stupid politicians say when they do, I'm not a politician. I approve this message. That's what they say. I 100% approve this message or whatever. I approve this message. No, I don't want to be even compared to that shit. All right, so let me get it ready. I don't know where it's going to pop up. I downloaded it because he posted it on X. Well, it's on this screen.
There are videos out there.
All right, hold on. So Sepp, our friend in chat. Oh my God, I look fat. What the hell? Because he zoomed in on me, that's why. Oh my God. That's a little scary, actually. Let me lower my mic.
There are videos out there of innocent people killed by security forces. There's video out there. You see them walking and they're shooting them indiscriminately. And it is not Mossad, it's them. So the thousands of people that are dead right now, how many of them have you identified as Mossad or people that were working with the Mossad? Can you? Can you? So the thousands you slaughtered are all the result of this. Or how many Iranians are in prison right now? Are they all operatives of the Mossad? Or are they people willing to give up their lives or be arrested? Or even worse, you're telling me all those people who are speaking the name of the king, of their king that they want back, and death to the Ayatollah, death to Khomeini? Oh, so those people are delusional, like fucking you are. What are we to believe, you or the people?
Sepp, that was pretty awesome, Sepp. I don't know if he's here, but he posted that earlier, and he tagged a lot of people. I'm like, oh my God. But it was from earlier after seeing that debacle at the UN, because that was an absolute debacle, except by us. I can't even say about the UK or France, because they, I mean, what the hell? Get a spine. I mean, really, get a spine. P2, YouTube short. I should do that. Maybe I'll do it later. But yeah, I was like, I'm actually humbled that he did that. And honored to be a part of it. I'm all with it. Especially after today, that shit had me pissed. I mean, literally, like, blood pressure was rising because I suffer from that. And I can tell. It's like I gotta chill. And here I am smoking. What a hypocrite I am. Need that space scene on a canvas. This is when I do my sky watches and stuff, you know, like. But not now. Now's not the time for that. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I could find it on X. What was it? Monoto? M-O-N-O-T-O? Oh, God. I don't even know. I don't think it's coming up like that on X. If someone can find it and put it in Manoto, is it? Maybe I spelled it wrong. I did. I think it's an A, right? Manoto? You still have a headache? You would, I tell you this right now, it would have been worse if you would have stuck around and heard some of the bullshit that was going on. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it is. I found it. But is it in English? Yes, it is. I got it. All right. Do you want me to show this? Carrier speed is 30 knots. Are you sure? Well, I don't know. Don't. Because that's not really supposed to. I had a friend who was, he passed away recently. He was engineer on a nuclear sub. And that shit is classified. The speed is actually classified. And when he told me how fucking fast our subs, I was like, what? Really? If we had to? Yes. I was like, oh shit. And what's up, William? Manoto? Do you guys want to see it? I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is disturbing. Tusi showed it earlier. And I believe he was definitely emotional afterwards. I was emotional watching it and reading it because you'll see it. This is so disturbing, moving. It makes you want to cry hearing her voice. I'm telling you, I was done. Done. A dirty bomb used radioactive material pushed out with conventional explosive. It does not create a nuclear blast, but has much more fallout because all the material that did not fuse or split in. Yep, they talk. My friend said that they're doing that. There's a rumor that they're gonna do a dirty bomb. That's what my friend said, the commander. Holy shit. Top speed. There is what people know, what the government knows and will admit, and to what is real. Yes, of course. All right, I'm going to play this. And I'm telling you, I'm giving you a warning. This is disturbing. And it's coming. The claim is from a commander's daughter inside Iran. And I'm going to play it. Just here we go. I'm just going to play it.
جان درود به شما، به برنامه خوش اومدید.
سلام، صدای من میشنوید؟
بله خانم، رسا در خدمتیم. خوش آمدید.
من از داخل نظام تماس میگیرم.
بله.
پدر من جزو یکی از عوامل نیروی سرکوبگره. میتونم بگم شما آقای رادان رو میشناسین؟
بله، با شوربختی نام منحوسش رو میشناسیم و قیافه چرکش رو دیدیم بارها.
بله، من خیلی ترس و استرس دارم. میتونم بگم هم سطح جنایتکار رادان هست پدر من. من فقط میخوام یه چیزی رو بگم.
جان.
به مردم ایران، به این سرکوبگرا حواستون باشه. این فرمانده هاتون ساک و چمدوناشون رو بستن. برای من که دخترش هستم، برای مادرم، برای تمام اعضای خانوادهمون پاسپورت های جعلی درست کردن با اسم مشخصات جعلی که ما رو فراری بدن به خارج. پدر من چمدون دلار تو خونه قایم کرده، مدام با تلفنش منو بگین بیام دادگاه لاهه. من یه آدم زندم، شاهدم که چه جنایتایی فقط پدر خود من کرده.
فاطمه جان
الان دستور میده بکشین. من کجا بیام؟ من عکس دارم، فیلم دارم، مدارک دارم. ما از اینا نیستیم. من سر جنبش محضا رفتم، منو گرفتن با 3 تا از دوستان، ولی منو شناختن. پدرم اومد منو آزاد کرد. تو همون خونه باتون به سر من شوکر زد به من.
پدرت؟
باتون زد که من نرم، ولی دوستامو ول نکردم، به اونا تجاوز شد. ما این درد داره به کی بیایم بگیم بابا این لامصب پدرم، ولی من ازش متنفرم. ما اینا رو نمیخوایم. مردم ما از خانواده ایناییم، ولی اینا دارن بچه هاشونم میکشن، سرکوب میکنن. این دست باتون دادن، شکر برقی دادن، توفنگ دادن که برید همشهریات رو بکشی. میدونی اینا تقریبا تو بشه اولین کسایی که فرار میکنن همینان. شما کجا میخواین جواب بدی؟ با کی جواب میخواین بدی؟ نکنید همشهریاتون رو نکشید. من تلفنم میذارم رو خط، هر اطلاعاتی که بخواید، هر دادگاهی بخواید، پیش هر رئیس جمهوری بخواید میگم اینا کیان، چه کارهای کثیفی که نکردن. از خونه شروع کردن، تجاوز کردن به بچه هاشون. میفهمید؟ میدونین ما خودمون چه دردی کشیدیم از این پدرهای سنگدل؟ به زور سرمون چادر کردن، نماز گفتن بخون، نماز شب بخون. من نایدم به اون اسلامشون. من هنوز محجبم به خاطر اجبار پدرم مادرم. ما خودمون زجر کشیدیم. من اگه توانی داشتم اولین نفری بودم که اینو بکشم. من 2 بار خودکشی کردم ولی ناموفق بود. به خاطر مادرم نجاتم داد. نمیتونستم از بچگی این ننگو تحمل کنم. اینا همه خانوادهشون مثل شبخانی نیستن، همه اونطوری با بچه‌هاشون رفتار نمیکنن. این نیروی سرکوبگر همین امروز اون باتومتو بذار کنار، برو پیش مردم. من بچه اونام، من با اون نون حروم اون بزرگ شدم. شرم بر من.
تو گناهی نداری دخترم، تو خودت قربانی و درود به شجاعتت.
نیست، اگه بودم کاری میکردم، دستم خالی، من سنی ندارم.
داری کاری میکنی، این همین تماست بزرگترین کاری بوده که انجام دادی. تو کار بزرگی، تو خیلی شجاعی.
پادشاه ما رو نجات بده. اگه صدای منو میشنوی، همیشه به ما گفت در این خاندان بد بودن، ظلم بودن، ظالم بودن، ولی چشم باز کردم دیدم نه، واقعیت چیز دیگه است. ظلم بالا سرمه، گوشمه، پدرمه، مادرمه. بعد یه چیزی هم میخواستم بگم، اینا خیلی ریزش کردن، دارن مدام زنگ میزنن به فک و فامیل، التباس میکنن با دلارهای زیاد که بیاین جزو نیروی سرکوبگرشین، اعتراضات رو خاموش کنین. نمیان، میترسن، خیلی ریزش کردن.
فاطمه از مردم ترسیدن؟
هوشیار باشین مردم. من دارم بهتون میگم اولین حق به تو بشه. جا دارن، پاسپورت دارن به اسم جعلی، دلار دارن، خونه های آنچنانی دارن. من میتونم از این امکانات استفاده کنم، ولی خودمو به خطر انداختم. دارم بهتون میگم بذارین کنار، دستتون بیشتر از این به خون آلوده نکنی.
فاطمه جانم تماس رو قطع نکن، اجازه بده من همکارانم پشت خط با تو باشن و اجازه بده من
اسمم فاطمه نیست.
الان هیچی نمیخواد بگی. الان هیچی نمیخواد بگی فاطمه.
گوهر عشقیم، من نشامیدیم، من
Oh my God.
تو
my
عزیز
God.
دلی، تو شجاعی، تو شیرزنی.
تلفنی که کردم من شاید پدرم منو شاید بفهمد، شاید نمیدونم. من هیچ امنیت جانی ندارم چون برام پیش اومد. من رفتم اعتراض کردم، پشت مهسا بودم. چرا اون دختر شهرستانی بود، مهمون ما بود، چرا کشتنش؟ منو گرفتم بردم خیابون وزارت اطلاعات وزرا. اگه بشناسین چه جاییه، با چه جور تحقیر با ما رفتار کردن. بعد که فهمیدم که منو آزاد کردن، دوستان به من گفتن خوش به حاله، اسم پدرتو دادی آزادت کردن، ولی ننگ بر من. و همون دوستان تو اون زندان تجاوز شد.
Oh my God. I seen it again, and it makes me want to cry all over again. And you could hear the distress in her voice. That is so fucking horrible. And I mean, we have to remember, I will say this, it definitely sounds authentic to me. I cannot 100% verify and prove that. But based on, the emotion and, oh my God. And she gave out her name. And to think that they're not going to know. They monitor everything. I'm praying for everyone, but I pray for her. I can't even imagine. And I put that because I think it's important that people understand what we're dealing with here. The cruelty. The oppression. It's abuse on so many levels. Rezema says, not far from reality if you try to imagine the worst freaking nightmares. When I saw that on Tusi, because he played the clip, thank God I wasn't really live then. I mean, I seen it again. I seen it once, and I'm still hit by it. The pain and the abuse and everything in her voice. And she sounds so helpless, and she's frantic, but she's stuck. And I mean, she has no security. And you heard what she said? When she mentioned her father's name, they released her. But her friends, you saw what she said. So she feels guilty about that because her father was who he is, she got away with it while her friends didn't. But, those are the results of being abused. The guilt, and they're victims. And she was like they said, she was very brave to come forward and let everybody know. She doesn't understand, because she's in so much pain. But by doing that, oh my God. I gotta.
فاطمه جان
I don't want to play it over for hell, but I want to definitely follow this network on X. What is this? Oh shit. Uh-oh. They're gonna cover it at 8:30 and 10 a.m. tomorrow. Let me share the screen. Live broadcast, Prince Reza Pahlavi's press conference. The Prince, leader of the revolution, will participate in a press conference on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern in the States with the presence of the international media to deliver a comprehensive report on the Iranian nation's revolution and the crimes of the Islamic regime over the past days to the global community and the Iranian people. And this network is going to cover it. I got to watch that. And he's doing it from here. Because that's where he was, his father exiled the family here. And he's going to do it to the press. Now, is it Reza? I'm still recovering from that. We'll cover it. I'll get up and I'll do it. But now, you know that his team is working with the administration. You know, we saw what the Russians said and the Chinese diplomats said and all the other stuff. Well, here is the people's people, the people's person, the king, coming from him. Fuck politics. It's about the people of Iran, the real truth, representing the people of Iran, what they want. You're always going to find a few, because either they work or they have family that's connected to the regime. They're going to be supporters. It could be even more on an extremist level. You know what I mean? Whatever. This is telling the press and the world where he stands. And, you know, they're trying to say, oh, we're going into a country for regime change and all this shit. Well, this is the person. And he's going to speak. And this is who they're saying in the streets of Iran. His name. His name. This is what the people want. Screw the politics. Well, it is political in some sense, but this is what the people are asking for. So, I really want to see what he has to say tomorrow morning. Personally. To the world, because he's going to be addressing the press. I just hope, and I'm sure they do, they have a lot of security around him. You know they have to. I just hope they are protecting him big time. And I'm sure they are. I mean, I think that's a rational, logical. Prince of Persia, for real. 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll show you. It's in Persian too. I can translate it for those. So it says it right here, 10 a.m. Eastern. And this is the original post. And I'll leave it up for a second. I'm not too much into Prince. See, I know I've heard that sentiment, Deep Story, but at least he's there for the transition part. It will be eventually up to the people to decide what they want when the time is right, because it's going to take time to set up a transitional government. And he's already said, you know, that's his role. He doesn't have to be the king or whatever. He just wants to help in the transition and free the people. At least that's what he's saying publicly. So, I mean, who else would you want at this point? And he does have a structured plan. Goldie talks about it all the time. And Armin. So, at least to get the transition started initially. And I truly believe it's going to be similar to like the UK with the monarchy and a parliament, an elected parliament by the people, for the people. I could see a similar kind of an arrangement like that politically. That kind of a model. But I know there are some people that have that same sentiment about not too much being into the prince. Reza says there's no alternative but him. The people saying he isn't the one to always nag. But no, they have a point. But they don't, because they don't want this to be like one person ruling over everyone. I think that is the point. Now, I don't know, you guys know better than I do, but that's what I think. They just don't want this to be an absolute monarchy where they rule, that's it. You know? It's clear he is the son of the Shah. Like Reza said, there is no alternative either way. And that's what I'm thinking too. And that's why I said, then who? Then who? But after that, after what we witnessed earlier, some of us that were here, I'm like, let's effing go. Definitely. I didn't have a doubt before, but now I'm even more pissed by I don't even want to call them delegates, because to me some of them were just simply disgusting human beings, especially the Iranian that was there drinking fucking water while his people are thirsty without water at home, and kept pouring the glasses. I was like, this is almost like a psyop, sick thing going on in the background with the water. I'm thinking, is he doing that shit on purpose to... that had me freaking out with the water. But you know what? And I was saying that in the chat. Sometimes when people are nervous and they know they're lying, they get the cotton mouth. They need to drink something because they get all dry because they're anxious and nervous and they know they're lying. That could be a side effect. It really can. Where they develop that cotton mouth, dry mouth syndrome. And so, wasn't that horrible? Tank? With that video, wasn't that? But I think it's important to play, to hear it. If, you know, we have to put the if. I believe it to be authentic, but I cannot say that with a definitive for sure. The guy couldn't even speak English well. Yeah, right? Reza? What's up, House? And of course, D, I don't know if I said hello. And Tank and Kevin, Deep Story. P2, all of you that are there. And on this side, we have Oreo, Connie, Dusty, Keith. Wondering if this is about 3-Eye Atlas. I don't think so. Bob. Anyway. So yeah, that was powerful. Now, I know Lindsey said he's going over to Israel to meet with Netanyahu. I think that's what Lindsey Graham said. Lindsey's like trying to be in the middle of all this. I'm traveling to Israel to meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his team at this crucial time in the history of the Middle East. The goal is to build on the historic opportunities created by President Trump's unprecedented leadership to stand up to evil and to support the people who are sacrificing for freedom. The Trump-Netanyahu alliance has thus been one of the strongest partnerships in the history of the U.S.-Israeli relationship, and I'm hoping it will pay dividends in the near future. We live in a time of great consequence with the Middle East on the verge of previously unimaginable change. Standing together and following through on our commitments only make us stronger. So that was earlier when we were on. Let me see. So we know that I'm definitely tuning into Reza in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. I do want to check one other thing. Truth Social. See if the president has put anything up regarding Iran. He posted about his meeting with the interim president of Venezuela. Oh, no. Correction. With the Nobel Peace Prize person from Venezuela, Maria Corina Machado. He met with her. The 20-point plan, phase 2 of Gaza, he posted about. Establishing the Board of Peace has been formed. Financial numbers, Minnesota thing, ICE. And then he shared, or he put Fox News, mentioned Iranian protesters will no longer be sentenced to death after President Trump's warnings. Likewise, others. This is good news. Hopefully it will continue. And that was yesterday. So he's not mentioning much now. Not that I'm saying. Cruz posted something. I don't know if this has to do with Iran. I believe it does. Ted Cruz. 5 hours ago.
I want to talk directly to the people of Iran who are standing up, who are demonstrating incredible bravery, standing against the Ayatollah and the mullahs, standing for freedom. Thank you for your courage. You need to know America stands with you. America stands with your fight, and President Trump has your backs. You are in our prayers. We are standing with you, and these tyrants will fall due to your incredible bravery. God bless you.
So he posted that about 5 hours ago. I just hope they talk the talk and walk the walk. What? I saw this. I don't know if Tusi mentioned this. Mohsen Rezai threatens to cut off Donald Trump's hand and finger in response to his statement about having his finger on the trigger. Senior IRGC general and member of Iran's Expediency Council, issued a direct threat against President Trump, stating, Trump has said his hand is on the trigger. We will cut off his hand and his finger. The remarks followed Trump's strong stance on Iran's crackdown on protesters. Jesus Christ. And then I'm gonna show it on the screen. He added that Iran would no longer accept a ceasefire if the country is attacked. If we move forward, there will be no talk of a ceasefire anymore. You do not pay attention to the restraint and strategic patience we have shown. Stop right now, step back, otherwise none of your bases in the region will be safe. Jesus. And it's all over the place. Nufti is posting it. Oh my God. And you know how they are with the rhetoric. Oh my God. Holy this was old. This was a few days ago. Did you see this one? This is old. I'm going to play it anyway for people who may not have seen this one. This is a few days old. I don't know why they're reposting it.
ما باید انشالله این ترامپ رو اگر بشه یک مثل این کاری که اینا با مادورو کردن ما یه همچی کاری باید با ترامپ بکنیم. این آدم پلید رو سگ زرد وحشی یا دو دوره ریاست جمهوریش یا اگر نشد بعدش حتما باید این تقاضا پس بده.
البته که امروز مقام معظم رهبری فرمودن مثل فرعون و نمرود در اوج غرور سرنگون خواهد شد.
اینو من خیلی دلم میخواد این رو بگیرنش، چون اینجور آدمایی که در موضع قدرت اینقدر متفرعن و
بله.
متکبرن وقتی گیر نیفتن مثل سگ زوزه میکشن. من اینجور آدما رو میشناسم. ایره همین الان این ترامپ اگر بگیرن بازداشتش کنن و دو تا تو گوشش بزنن و بیارنش تو دادگاه مثل سگ زوزه میکشه.
Now, I know. See, it's important to see what they're saying out of this regime about our president. And like I said, I don't know why people keep posting this. I guess they want the president to see this because they're tagging him on this. And it even says, you need to watch this. This is literally the Islamic Republic's ideology. You are giving another chance to the bloodthirsty monster who is not only a threat to its people, but also to the U.S. and the whole world. You have seen that deep story? Yeah, this is, we know how the rhetoric comes out. It's like when Kim Jong Fatty gets pissed and he wants attention in North Korea. Yeah, they definitely, right? They're definitely trying to provoke him. And like I said, did you see that photo on state TV? I keep bringing it up because I was disturbed by it. Oh, yeah, everybody's posting this. That's all they keep posting, what the general said. It's like, you have to see it. Everybody's reposting this. Let me see what else I can find. Yeah, again, a lot of this, because actually it's martial law. Yeah, they're showing that video again with the commander's daughter. Ugh. Yeah, a lot of this is regurgitated stuff. What did he say? I won't even put him. I'm so glad that Goldie put this guy in his place. Screw him. A leaked video from Iran shows that martial law has been declared across Iran. I think we should show this. And I don't know if there's any sound, but well, that's pretty obvious what that depicts. You come out, we'll shoot you. That's the interpretation. You better stay inside. Total intimidation with that. They got to go down. So why would you tell Mossad agents to stay inside? Because that's the kind of bullshit we were hearing today at the UN. Oh, so the people, it's not the people, the protesters, it's the instigators coming in from other sourcing, other countries, foreign entities. So then why are you telling the people to stay inside their homes? and threatening them and installing martial law. Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense to me. Because you know what they're going to chant on the streets. It's such bullshit. What is this? Now, this is what the Israel War Room posted an hour ago. Again, I have no idea if this is credible. Let's make that clear. But this is what they posted an hour ago. Supposedly, allegedly, a woman in Iran opened her door and called on several protesters to enter, saving them from the Islamic regime's terror forces, who can be seen on the intercom firing shotguns, according to the video circulating online.
بیاین تو یا یا خدا یا خدا
Wow. Wow. Again, take it for whatever it's worth. Allegedly, that's what occurred. Oh my God. The carrier can travel up to 720 nautical miles per day. Yeah, that's why I said with the 400 number, that didn't make sense. There's going to be a lot of doing when the revolution is over. And what's up, Marco? I'm not familiar with that, Dusty, the Global Consciousness Project. It's... What's up, Nick? Yeah, right, Kevin? I was saying that earlier. Wouldn't it be nice to take a trip to Iran when it changes over? I might purposely have to go in and you know, you hear Tusi saying he's going to put a pub there, and we might have to go in there and mess with him a little bit. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? I bet you, you know, I wonder how that would go for Tusi, to be honest. So who said about the 720 nautical miles? So when do you think, though, that the carrier can get there? How soon do you think the carrier can be put in position? Somebody sent me an interesting meme. Oh, the bishop just sent me information for him to set up for tomorrow. It measures the randomness of events during an event in the world with when significant events happen. Today, after the first stream ended, the randomness of events dropped to almost zero for about 2.5 hours, meaning there was a significant event taking place during that time. Oh my God, Kevin. I'm just reading some of your comments. And hello to Arat. And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. I do that with everything. I was almost going to say, don't ask me to say axe. I had a really bad habit with, yeah, you axed them? It's difficult for me to say asked. That's just one example. I can't even say it. Well, okay, so a friend is sending me a link on X. What is this about? Remember, I'm live, Andy. I gotta... Yeah, I saw the images. Tusi was showing these earlier. I mean, I could put it up, but that was from earlier. I'm going to show you guys probably seeing this. If you were watching Tusi, he put it up. This. The aerial of the carrier. I'm sure some of you seen this, right? Tusi was sharing that earlier. Somebody sent me the link, but yeah. 20 hours? You're saying it could get there in a day? That's what D said. My friend is saying 1 week away. I'm hearing 4 days away. I'm hearing all kinds of different numbers. A friend just messaged me. A week away, it's less than that. I'd say maybe 3. Angry. He says, howdy all you crazy cool kids. We're crazy in a good way, I think. Well, at least I think most of us are. So happy when I saw that. They finally convinced me that we will do something. I honestly think it's coming. And remember when we were watching today and the bullshit that we were hearing, I just got to say it, and the reaction of the U.S. delegate, diplomat, after he left, she sat in and we saw her expression. Somebody said, it looks like she literally wants to jump over that table and punch him in the face. I was thinking the same thing when I seen her expression, and that's why I said, look at her expression. She looked like, and I think she would give him the whipping of his life. He would need more than water. Oh my God. Yeah, somebody mentioned 700 miles. Yeah, there's so many memes coming out, Andy. I saw what you sent. But, and I am not looking at Flight Radar because why? What's the sense, really? Really? Okay, so another person says at 30 knots, 825 land miles, but sea is different. Nautical. I think the person that said 720 is closer to the number, Dusty. That's land miles, but at sea, it's different. Especially the condition of the sea. What's this now? Yeah, Andy, somebody said that. Let me see if I see anything else. Oh my gosh, I gotta step out for a minute. I gotta go pick somebody up at work. All right, so here's Mike Flynn.
Go a little bit further. Okay?
All right, time out.
Go-
Let's see what Mike Flynn said. This was posted an hour ago somewhere. Doesn't mean that it was an hour ago. I'm just saying. Here's Mike Flynn from an interview.
If they can hear you, what would you say to them? Because I know people who actually can get messages back to Iran. What would you say to the people of Iran right now?
Yeah. Here's what I would tell people that when you feel like you've given it everything you've got and man, it's just not working, go a little bit further. Okay? Go a little bit further because the other side is feeling the pain too. And you just don't know where they're at in terms of their balance, their ability to be able to stay in power. I mean, let's think about, you think about a George Washington moment, not at crossing the Delaware, but a week later when he had 50% of his men that basically he said, I know I can't pay you anymore. Any of you want to leave? And like 50% of them left.
Wow.
And he had to fight the Battle of Trenton. But one of the things that Washington understood, and this is warfare now, Washington understood that his adversaries were also weakened. And he knew that if he just pushed them a little bit more, that maybe they would break.
I don't know if that's a great example to use because the security forces in IRGC are armed through the teeth and using military grade weapons compared to people who have nothing or very, very, very limited. It's not like George Washington still had people that were armed and can fight. It was, yes, they were outnumbered, but it was almost a level playing field as far as weaponry. These people have no weapons like that. Look, you see the streets, you cannot compare this. That's not a great analogy to use, in my opinion. Because if that were the case, they'd be fighting on the streets. Still. Well, that was a truck, because I've been having a lot of C-17s flying over my house. And what's up, Mark? So, let me just read what you guys are writing. Okay, so Brian says, again, the carrier can travel 720 nautical miles per day. There's YouTube, everyone we're like a Azad? Let me look that up. I can't share his stuff, though, because I'll get hit. But I'll look it up. Is it simply Azad? The channel? I got it. I wonder, do they offer English translation? Because I see it's in Persian. I'm going to see if there's captions. I'm trying to play it.
و دیگری اندیشه های چپ مارکسیست. اینها دهه 29 کنید سیطره این اندیشه هاست.
Yeah, it's Persian.
ریشه می دوونه و
I'll put the channel in, though. I don't know the content. Azad Social. Okay, I'll check it out. But let me just see. The level is generally high, and the host is a graduate of one of Iran's top universities. If you can access it with English translations in any way, it's absolutely worth watching. Very insightful show, especially the episodes featuring Mr. Karatian? I'm not even going to try to pronounce those names. Exactly, Angry Otter. At least we had guns. That's the point I was trying to make. Molotov cocktails are always a useful, but again, they were using it. All right, so somebody else said, top cruising speed is 20 knots, 400 miles per day. I trust Goldie, Tusi, and Ramin, who have direct contacts in Iran. I've been watching them all the time. If you manage to translate somehow using AI or other method, you definitely won't regret it. I will definitely try. Matter of fact, let me subscribe. I just subscribed. One episode is in English. I will definitely check it out, Arat. I will definitely check it out. And ACL also mentions their speed varies with, I can't read without my reading glasses, with class and conditions, but 30 knots is the standard for high tempo operations, enabling rapid repositioning and complex mission sets. Right? Wasn't that a moving, but yet so sad and tragic video that we played earlier? Oh my gosh. I know, English speakers. I get it, Arat. I get it. And I apologize. I get it. Oh my gosh, I gotta go. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Because I don't want to just stay here and you guys see nothing. I'm going to stop temporarily, and I'll be back in like 20 minutes. And we'll continue the discussion. So I will be back in 20. And for those who may not come back, have a great night. Love to the people of Iran. For the others, that I'll be back in 20 minutes. Nimitz, I believe, is being decommissioned. Last I heard. Angry Otter. Anyway, I'll be back. Give me a few minutes and I'll be back. Hopefully I'll see some of you when I